So now they calling me over. See anywhere I go, then they calling me over. So now they calling me over.
Hello, family. My name is Ayosa Christopher Ihaisi Aguilar. Good to see you all again. Welcome to another family financial information session, with today's topic being, what are bonds? So, family, the question is, what is a bond? Well, a bond is simply like an IOU. For instance, say I give you money, right? And you expect that you get your money back plus interest after a certain month, day, years, decades in interest. And maybe you want that interest to be paid out on a monthly, semi-annually, over 6 months, or on an annual basis, depending on what you negotiate with the bond issuer. Who are these bond issuers? They are corporations, federal governments, state governments, and local state municipalities. They issue bonds based upon what they need when it comes to capital requirements or cash to build a project, start a new investment, etc. Now, there are certain types of bonds that I mentioned before that I need to go into much more detail. For instance, corporation bonds or corporate bonds are issued by corporations. Say Apple issues a bond in order to raise capital or for any ongoing projects they have in works. Number two is municipal bonds issued by the state and local governments. These are federally tax-free here in the United States and are used for ongoing capital projects. So they may want some money to build a new street, or they want to build a new bridge, or start a new fund that can clean water. There's various projects inside a municipality that they'll actually need to get done. Since they're a nonprofit, they cannot make revenue on their own. So they have to issue bonds for people like me and you to actually give them money to fund these projects in the local area. Number three are treasury bonds. And treasury bonds are simply issued by the federal government. Here in the U.S., we have the U.S. Treasury bonds, which are the safest bonds with the lowest risk. Governments need money just like state governments need money to finance projects, highways, school projects, new bridges, new dams, new power stations. And they need money to do so. So they issue bonds, and then they'll pay you interest every month, semi-annually, or 6 months, or a quarter, or every 3 months, or annually every year. Number four is international bonds. So international simply means bonds outside of your country. So our family is vast. Europe, Canada, US, back home Nigeria, China, Japan, we are doing business everywhere and succeeding everywhere. So let's just say that in wherever you're at in your location, any bond outside of that territory, say US, any bond in Canada, any bond in Europe, any bond in Africa, Nigeria, any bond in Japan or China, that's considered international. Now, because they're outside of our territory, of our localities, wherever we're at, they have much more higher risk. Not so much of they're international, it's just the fact that they're foreign compared to where you're located, what country you're at. So there's less optics. It's hard to manage your investments when your investments are across the ocean or in a different country, because every country has their own different rules, regulations, political stabilities or instabilities that may come when it comes to dealing with international bonds. So it's very important that we understand that with international bonds, it's all about the risk and what countries you wish to invest in. So here's how you decide basically what's a good investment when it comes to dealing with bonds. Here in the US, bonds are rated off credit score. So meaning that a company, for instance, S&P Global, will rate a bond, okay, depending on who's issuing the bond. The highest rated bonds in the world are U.S. Treasury bonds, which are triple A. That's 3 A's. A, A, A. This is the highest quality bond in the planet. Okay, meaning that the odds of your money